जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय जशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय ललिता विशाखायादि राधेशाम ललिता विशाखायादि राधेशाम जय ललिता विशाखा जय राधेशाम ललिता विशाखा जय राधेशाम Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. राधा श्याम सुंदर ललिता अभिषेका देवी की, कृष्ण बलराम की, पतित पावन गौर निताय की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, गौर प्रेमानंदे. Hare Krishna. So today we will discuss from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse number 42, from Karma Yoga. So before starting this Bhagavad Gita, I am begging blessing from all of you. Those devotees are assembled here in Sri Vrindavan Dham, Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir. And those devotees are hearing from online. Please give me your blessing. So by all of your blessing, I may able to speak something about this chapter. Especially this verse number 3.42. This is very important verse and this is connected with our life. So if devotee hear it very attentively and very submissively, it will help them how to overcome this entanglement, three mood of material nature. So before starting, we will chant Mangalacharan. After that, we will continue. By chanting Mangalacharan, we are praying to Guru, to Kṛṣṇa, to engage us in this pure devotional service by Sravanam and Kirtanam. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manoha Vishnam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam. Vande Aham Sri Guru Sri Yota Padakamalam Sri Goran Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Sabadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitangscha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschatya Desotanine Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Gurube Gaurachandraya Radhikavai Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Harihi Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahabiran Karavavahai Tejasvina Baditam Astu Ma Vishabhai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vesam Tata Jayam Udirayet Nashta Prayesu Abhadresu Nittam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Mukam Karati Vachalam Pungam Langete Grim Jat Kripa Tamaham Bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Hari Om Tassat. Hare Krishna. So today we discuss from chapter 3, verse number 42. Indriyāṇi indriyebhyaḥ indriyebhyaḥ param manaḥ manamastu parā buddhir ya buddhe paratastu saha indriyāṇi āhur indriyebhyaḥ param manaḥ manasas parā buddhir ya buddhe paratastu saha indriyāṇi āhur indriyebhyaḥ param manaḥ manasas parā buddhir ya buddhe paratastu saha. So please repeat. Indriyāṇi parāṇahur indriyebhyaḥ param manaḥ manasastu parā buddhir ya buddhe paratastu saha indriyāṇi parāṇahur indriyebhyaḥ param manaḥ manasastu parā buddhir ya buddhe paratastu saha. Mataji. Indriyāṇi parāṇahur indriyebhyaḥ param manaḥ manasastu parā buddhir ya buddhe paratastu saha. Synonyms. Indriyāṇi, senses. Parāṇi, superior. Āhuḥ, are said. Indriyebhyaḥ, more than the senses. Param, superior. Manaḥ, the mind. Manasaḥ, more than the mind. Tu, also. Parā, superior. Buddhi, intelligence. Ya, who, buddhe, more than the intelligence. Paratāḥ, superior. Tu, but. Sa, he. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And the soul, is even higher than the intelligence. So I would like to request Dear devotees, please repeat after me. The working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And he, the soul, is even higher than the intelligence. Thank you. Purport. The senses are different outlets for the activities of lust. Lust is reserved within the body, but it is given bent through the senses. Therefore, the senses are superior to the body as a whole. These outlets are not in use when there is superior consciousness or Kṛṣṇa consciousness. In Kṛṣṇa consciousness, the soul makes direct connection with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the hierarchy of bodily functions, as described here, ultimately ends in the Supreme Soul. Bodily action means the functions of the senses, and stopping the senses means stopping all bodily actions. But since the mind is active, then even though the body may be silent and at rest, mind will act as it does during dreaming. We have that experience while we are sleeping, how our mind is working by dreaming. But above the mind is determination of the intelligence, and above the intelligence is the soul proper. If therefore the soul is directly engaged with the Supreme, naturally all other subordinates, namely the intelligence, mind and senses, will be automatically engaged. In the Kaṭha Upaniṣad, there is a similar passage in which it is said that the objects of sense gratification are superior to the senses, and mind is superior to the sense objects. If therefore the mind is directly engaged in the service of the Lord constantly, then there is no chance that the senses will become engaged in other ways. This mental attitude has already been explained. Param dṛṣṭvā nivartate. If the mind is engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord, there is no chance of its being engaged in the lower propensities. In the Kaṭha Upaniṣad, the soul has been described as manaḥ, the great. Therefore, the soul is above all, namely the sense objects, the senses, the mind, and the intelligence. Therefore, directly understanding the constitution and position of the soul is the solution of the whole problem. With intelligence, one has to seek out the constitutional position of the soul and then engage the mind always in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. That solves the whole problem. A neophyte spiritualist is generally advised to keep aloof from the objects of the senses. But aside from that, one has to strengthen the mind by use of intelligence. If by intelligence one engages one's mind in Kṛṣṇa consciousness by complete surrender unto the Supreme Person of Godhead, then automatically the mind becomes stronger. And even though the senses are very strong, like serpents, they will be no more effective than serpents with broken teeth. But even though the soul is the master of intelligence and mind and the senses also, still, unless it is strengthened by association with Kṛṣṇa in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, there is very chance of falling down due to the agitated mind. Our friend, our greatest enemy, this mind. So, this International Society for Kṛṣṇa Consciousness, we are giving training how to control the mind. Not for the body, not for the other bodily objects. We are giving training how to control mind, how to engage this mind in devotional service, how to make life successful. So this chapter, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, this is called Karma Yoga, activities. How we can act properly, how we can engage our this body in Krishna's service, body, mind and soul. So this chapter, from verse number 1 to 9, it is mentioned renunciation of work or work in devotion. And verse number from 10 to 16, it is mentioning from karma kanda to karma yoga, how one can gradually elevate it from karma kanda to karma yoga. Then verse number 70 to 35, karma yoga, performing prescribed work in detachment to set example. Devotees are the example, how they set example, become detachment from this material attachment. So verse number 36 to 43, now we are in verse number 42. So it is for the beard of lust and anger. Lust and anger. So Arjuna asked Lord Krishna, what forces us to act sinfully, abandoning one's prescribed activities, karma? And Krishna described our eternal enemy in the form of lust. One can conquer lust by working in Krishna consciousness with steady intelligence fixed in knowledge of one's pure identity. Now we are practicing the Bhakti Yoga. So one has to understand what does it mean Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga begins from where? Bhakti Yoga begins by controlling the mind. Our Bhakti Yoga begins how to control the mind. From there, our Bhakti Yoga begins. Yoga indriya sanjamam. Yoga means connect with Bhakti. How to control the mind. So our senses are so strong. Even the greatest learned man, he falls victim for sense gratification. Viddhaṃ karṣati. Even greatest learned man, he fall down for this lust. Therefore, it is mentioned in Vedic scriptures how one can live devotional activities, how one can control his senses by practicing pure devotional service. Matra sasta dṛṣṭvā nahi vikta sannivaset. Balavan indriya gamam viddhaṃ karṣati. Viddhaṃ karṣati. Even the greatest learned man can fall down from his highest position. So matra means with mother one cannot sit in silent place, even with his mother. Matra. Sastra, with his sister, one cannot sit in silent place. Daughter, with the daughter, nahi vikta sannivaset, one should not sit in silent solitary place. Never sit down in the lonely place even with one mother, sister or even with daughter. Balavan indriya gramam. So Balavan indriya gramam means only the senses, especially the lust, kam, is so strong that viddhaṃ karṣati. Even one is greatest learned man, very learned man, PhD, scholar, whatever, very well educated, still he attracted by this lust. This is the basic condition of our this material life. Lust, kam. We are in the material world. So what does it mean material world? Material world means to accept a material body. We are accepting this material body. And we are subjected to tribulation of material nature. Yes? We are connected, janma, mrityu, jara, vedi, dukkha, durshana, darshanam. Yes? Mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. Three rope. Trigonatmika. Three ropes. Where you are binding with these three ropes. Some people in mode of sattva-guna, mode of goodness. Some people situated in the mode of passion. Some people situated in the mode of ignorance. But three of them binding by three ropes. But one has to overcome these three ropes. One has to come to the above these three ropes. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. One has to come to the Shuddha Satta. One has to purify his existence by very strictly following the rules and regulation. 4 regulative principles one has to follow. One has to chant every day 16 round minimum daily, and Ekadashi day 25 round minimum. This is our International Society for Krishna Consciousness rules. If anyone want to develop his existence, purify his existence, one has to follow these 4 principles. Then he become a Shuddha Satta gradually in the training process. It is not possible that in one day one can become a pure devotee. That's why training is required. And knowledge also required. Education is required. By training, by education, one can gradually come to that Shuddha Satta level. That's why one has to associate with devotees. One has to associate with devotional activities. How is it possible? One has to make his house like a temple. How we are performing devotional activities in temple, same thing we can do at our home. If deity is not there, we can put like here Radha Shyam Sundar deity, Krishna Balaram deity, and Gauranitas deity picture. We can worship in the form of picture. Lord Krishna and his picture is non-different. We are seeing him, that means we are meditating him. While worshipping the deity, we should consider that super soul, Paramatma, situated within our heart. In that mood, we can worship the Supreme Soul. This is the process. If we engage our all senses to Lord's service, our mind will be pure, Shuddha Satta. It will not be divided from here and there, go to their place and chatting mobile and talking with friends. We should use our intelligence. Indriya, mind, indriya, then buddhi. Buddhi means, who is giving buddhi? Krishna giving buddhi. Krishna giving this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, this karma kanda, this karma yoga. This is the process how one can gradually develop his consciousness. At the end, he is giving the vidhi bhakti. This is called vidhi bhakti. How to perform devotional activities. Then after at the end, he will give the raganuga bhakti. What is that? Man mana bhava mad bhakta mad jajamam namaskaru mami vasyasya sattam te prati jane priyasame. You should give your mind to me. You become my bhakta. Offer your hobbies. Yes. Offer pranam. Always think of me. Become my devotee. Offer hobbies. Offer obeisances. In this way, you can totally become a pure Krishna consciousness. Your mind will not be deviated from the center. Central point should be dot. What is that dot? Krishna. After that, he is telling, I have given you all knowledge. You give up this so-called knowledge. Yes? You give it up. Hindu dharma, Muslim dharma, Buddha dharma, Christian dharma, this dharma, that dharma. You should give up everything. Just you surrender unto me. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam braja aham tam sarva papebha muksasami masuchaha. Yes, you give up so-called all religious principle, just surrender unto me, then I'll promise you, I'll protect you and take you back to Godhead. Isn't it? This is called Raganuga Bhakti. So here we are seeing that lust, it is very strong. It is not very easy to control. Even the very learned man and very old man, wise man, they can fall victim. due to this lust. We can give example from Bilvamangal Thakur, right? From South India. He's a very rich man. He kept one prostitute for enjoy his sense gratification. Every day he used to go to that prostitute house for fulfill his senses. So one day he performed his father's Sraddha ceremony, death ceremony. And he was informing his that pujari, priest, please do it quickly, I have to go someplace. How much he attracted to that prostitute? That prostitute name is Chintamani. So that pujari, he complete his business and he took nice that bhoga. He offered his father and make good packet for his beloved Chintamani. He make nice packet. And he saw outside is rain, heavy rain, it's storm. And that prostitute house is outside another bank of river. Heavy rain, wavering, heavy, rise and fall. How he can cross the river? He saw one wood is floating. His mind is to Chintamani. He did not see what is this. He thought this is wood. He hold that wood and swimming. By swimming, he crossed the river. And in different time, Chintamani was thinking, oh, outside so much rain. Maybe this Bilvamangal Thakur will not come today due to that rain. So better I take rest. She closed her door, blocked all the windows, and she went to sleep. In different time, that Bilvamangal Thakur came. He saw from outside door is closed. How he go inside? Yes. He saw outside wall one rope is hanging. He crossed the wall by climbing that rope. Crossed the wall. And he enters the room. And Chintamani saw this Bilvamangal Thakur came. And she asked, how did you came? And he said, I did this, I did that. Like this way I came. Then she told Bilvamangal Thakur, how much intense love you have for me. If you have little love for Kṛṣṇa, had you been like this attraction to Kṛṣṇa? If you have little bit love for Kṛṣṇa, you can achieve your goal. Chintamani became Bilvamangal Thakur Guru, spiritual master. Yes, you are correct. Immediately he left that Chintamani house. He wanted to walk towards Vrindavan Dham. He came Vrindavan Dham. Again he became attracted to a beautiful wife. Not wife, woman. Other people's wife. He became, because he had habit. He had practice to go. Bad habit. How he can give up? So many people are coming to temple to live devotional activities, but they could not give up that bad habit. Like Bilvamangal Thakur. They become attracted with beautiful women in temple. They're showing outside, I'm very good devotee, but inside you see, you're number one cheater. You're cheating with, not with you, not Kṛṣṇa, not with authority, you're cheating with yourself. So Bilvamangal Thakur, he became attracted with other people's wife, very beautiful wife. That woman, she from aristocratic family, she informed to her husband, look, this man is following me. Kindly could you ask him what is his mind? Then that man went to him and asked, my dear sir, you are looking very handsome and you are looking belong to one aristocratic family. Why are you following my wife? What is your desire? Kindly could you tell me? Then Bilvamangal Thakur is an honest man, he is a rich man. He do not fear any people. He said, I want to embrace your wife. That's why I am following your wife. Oh, you want to embrace my wife? Okay, please welcome, come. Then that man informed to his wife, My dear wife, please you decorate yourself very beautifully. This man want to enjoy you, want to embrace you, want to kiss you. Please, you become ready. She became ready. She carrying out her husband order. This is the wife duty to carry out husband order. Wife should listen husband. This is wife duty. So wife decorated very beautifully. She was waiting for that man, guest, Atiti. He came, Bilmango Thakur. And when Bilmango Thakur saw that beautiful red lady in front of him, he asked, my dear mother, before he was observing with lusty desire, when she came in front of him, he is approaching. My dear mother, what? My dear mother, mom, mother. Kindly could you give me your hairpin? Then she asked, why? I have got some business with that hairpin. Please give it to me. She gave it to him. He immediately pierced his eyes. 2 eyes. And he said, these 2 eyes is my enemy, greatest enemy. Now from this moment, I should not be attracted with this lusty desire. Now I am free from this lust. I shall not be attracted. You see? So these 2 eyes is our greatest enemy. We want to see beautiful things. We want to enjoy at the night time. Lust. This lust attack at the midnight time. Isn't it? This midnight time, all devotees wake up for performing devotional activities to performing austerity. Tapasya. Tapo dibbam putra gajana satta suddhet. Tapasya is required for make life successful. Who says? Lord Rishabhdev says. Isn't it? So we have to control these eyes. We want to see so many beautiful things. We can see beauty, real beauty. We can see Srila Prabhupada. We can see our spiritual master. We can see Patit Pavan Gaur Nitai. We can see Kṛṣṇa Balaram beautiful face. We can see Radha Shyam Sundar beautiful face. From feet to their very, very beautiful smiling face. In this way, we will be able to control our senses. This is the way to control the senses. I am not telling all of you, my dear Prabhus and Matajis. I am telling to myself, I have to train my 2 eyes. Indriya Balavan, but very strong. But if we keep faith to Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, then it will be easiest for us to control our senses. Otherwise, it is not possible. We have to be very strict in our devotional path. Then it will go smoothly. Now, in this Kali Yuga, our greatest enemy is touch phone, mobile phone, our greatest enemy. We are too much attached with this phone. If we somehow or other, if we lost this phone, then we got heart attack due to this phone. We have to give up this attachment. While chanting, mobile should be in almari, in table, in drawer. Especially for chanting time, especially for coming to the temple, especially for reading Srimad Bhagavatam. This time, this is our sadhana time. Our official work begin from morning 3:30 to up to Bhagavatam class 9 o'clock. This is our official hour, for that, especially for the devotees. And for the Karmi people, those who are newcomer, we should not tell Karmi. They are newcomer, upcoming. They will come future by associating with devotees. Those who are working outside, their official hour is morning 9 to 5 o'clock or 10 to 5, right? And those who are connected with devotional activities, their official hour is morning 3:30 to up to Bhagavatam class. This is devotees' official hour. After official hour complete, then our mind become peaceful. Then we can engage our senses in other devotional activities. Chatur Varna Maya Shrestha Guna Karma Vibhagasya. According to Gun and Karma. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Then Brahmachari, Grihastha, Banpastha and Sannyas. One has to give up these 8 items. Naham vipra nacha narapatir. I am not Brahman, I am not Kshatriya, I am not Vaishya, I am not Shudra, I am not Brahmachari, I am not Grihastha, I am not Banpastha, I am not Sannyasi. What I am? Gopi bhurta pada kamalay or daso dasona dasaha. Our situation should be das, servant of the devotees, lotus feet. Lord Krishna, those who are engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service. Then, if we consider ourselves in that situation, then we will not be in any conflict. We will become peaceful, shanti, happy. Then at the end, go back to Godhead. This is the process. Any question or comment regarding today's topic? So devotee may ask. Yes, Prabhu. Shabda is prasha, 5 sense object. Seeing, first seeing, hearing, sound, feeling the touch, smelling. We would like to hear something sweet, good. Right? This is the 5 sense object. I am giving you an example from the Shastra, from Srimad Bhagavatam. From Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Kanta, chapter number 19, verse number 14. So, all this body, we are living entity, we are combination of 9, 11, 5 and 3 elements in all living entity. Not only human being, all living entities. How? The 9 elements are material nature, number 1. Number 2, the living entity. Number 3, the Mahatattva, Karanadakshayi Vishnu, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. That Kshirodakshayi Vishnu situated in every living entity's heart. Then false ego. And the 5 objects of sense perception. Namely sound, touch, form, taste and aroma. This is 5 sense object. And then 11 elements are the 5 working senses, the voice, hands, legs, anus and genitals, plus the 5 knowledge acquiring senses, the ears, touch, eyes, tongue and nostrils, along with the coordinative senses, the mind. The 5 elements are the 5 physical elements, namely earth, water, fire, air and sky. And the 3 elements are the 3 modes of material nature, goodness, passion and ignorance. These are the 28 elements. Is that clear, Prabhu? Yes, Prabhu.
Where does this sit? Does it sit at the intelligence level or the mind level
So,
or the senses level?
Chapter 3, 40th verse, it says,
Chapter 3, 48 or 40?
40th verse.
Okay, 40.
The senses, the mind and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust,
Yes.
which veils the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders it.
Yes. Sitting place.
340.
Yes. Mind, senses and intelligence. The 3 places. And I have explained you 28 elements. And how we can control these, all of them? This 28? What is the 28 elements? So, the one element within all 28 is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Soul, who is all pervading within the material and spiritual worlds. If we engage our mind to the Super Soul, then all of them become controlled. Mind, senses and intelligence, these 3. But we can engage our mind to the Supreme Soul, to the central point, dot. So another example I can give you, Prabhu. In social section you can see, economic development you can see, political section you can see, everyone is not happy. They are working so hard to fulfill their goal, right? Why they are not become successful? What is the reason? Kindly could you tell me why they are not become successful? In the social section, economic section, political department, why they are not happy? They are working so hard from morning to night, they are making so many programs, but they are not happy. What is the cause? What is the central point?
Previous karma is stopping them from succeeding.
Selfishness. And Prabhu telling previous karma. Anything else?
Krishna's mercy.
Yes, they need Krishna's mercy. What is the central point? They are missing the central point. What is that central point?
Krishna.
Krishna is the central point. Like Prabhu, you can make one, that geometry. That is compass. We use compass. You put compass and make round. If you take one pen and one white paper, you can make round, 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 round. It become equal? Never become equal. But if you take compass and make round, then it will become round. Yes, 1 round, 2 round, 3 round, like this. What is the central point? Dot is the central point. So we are practicing Krishna consciousness, Bhakti Yoga. What is our central point? Our central point is Krishna. We are keeping Krishna, that's why we have become happy. All over the world, we are preaching Krishna consciousness movement. We are preaching Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. But central point is Krishna. That's why we are happy. We are working all together. American, Pakistan, Fiji, England, all over the world, they come together. African, in Vrindavan, Mayapur, wherever you go, you can see all kind of devotee here. They're coming from around the world, they join together, they're working together, they're eating together, they're sleeping together, but they're not fighting. Why? They're all happy. Because central point is Krishna. Our main goal is Krishna. You want to serve Krishna? I also want to serve Krishna. We are member of Srila Prabhupada family. You are also member of Srila Prabhupada family. You are serving some service, I am also serving some service, but in different way. Isn't it? Like you are Kshatriya, you engage in administrative work. I am Brahman, my activities is giving education to the devotees. And he is Vaishya, his activities doing business. Isn't it? In this way, we engage all class of people in International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and gradually they become developed. Come to Shuddha Sattva, above Brahman. We are creating Brahmana, Vaishnava Brahmana. Isn't it? Main central point is Krishna. If we keep Krishna in the center, then everyone become happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Purna. He is a Purna. Who is coming out from him, he is also Purna. This earthly planet is also Purna. It also become devastated, annihilated when he become Purna. When you become Purna, you are not be able to stay in 1 minute. You Purna, you go back. When you become Purna, your next body is ready. You got the point? This is called science. Krishna consciousness movement is science. One has to understand the science. One has to understand the truth, absolute truth. Then everything will become very clear, crystal clear. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की, गौर